Hi everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gears Season 4, Episode 43 with me, Sid. And if you're watching this on the day of its release, well, happy Good Friday if you... Good Friday is your thing. If you're more of the, the thing that comes on the Sunday, happy Egg Day. But, I'm not recording this on Good Friday. I'm recording this a good, week and a bit in advance. And I've got a few plans for today. So, we need to go down to our storage. I always have plans, obviously. Plans are important. First things first, I need to just check my guest quarters to see if we've got anybody selling any elk paraphernalia. Hello, how are you? Oh, we've seen you. You've been, yep, and there's a few bits. I think I've probably, yep, Carl, we've seen, Bounder, we've seen, yep, that's our cat, my cat's interacting. Oh, hello. I have seen you, just be quiet. Right, so let me just go and sort this out. I'll be back in a moment. Right, where was I before the we got cat interrupted? Caterrupted? Kinterrupted? I don't know. Yes, I need to have a look at Vinconomy. And what I need to look at, I don't know, what are these? Oh, interesting. Booking a thing to make a shop ledger. What does that do? Don't know. Shop catalogue. Interesting. I'm going to have a look at those at some point. What's a Tenrenti? Magically transcribe books from some complex network of machines and data banks. I may have to have a look at these, but let's go and continue on with Vinconomy. So, I'm not doing a gacha stall. We're not doing, although that might be something we want to do. Don't need a clothes stand at the moment or a hat stand. What I actually need to start off with is a till. Shop crates might be something we want, but I just want a shop register, which is a couple of copper plates, a wooden chest, and some blanks. Okay. Wooden chest. Let's have a look. I've got a chest. Come on, I must have a chest. Just a bog standard chest. No, I don't actually have a bog standard chest. I can't believe I don't have a bog standard chest. Let's have a look at nails and strips. Well, nope. We'll grab those, just take one of those, put that back for now. Actually, I'm going to take them. I'll take a bunch more. Boop. And, I can grab this here. 8 of those with 1 of those will give me a chest. That's all good. I wonder, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'd look nice. If I can make it with ebony, we'll make it with ebony. Let's go and have a look, see if I've got the copper plates. If not, we'll make those. So, at the end of the last raid that we did with... I actually got what I need. That's excellent. Right, let's try that. We had an issue where the Elks of Cricket and Gran basically vanished. All 3 of them did, but for some reason mine is. I don't know what that pillar is up there. I'm going to have to find out. Somebody's put a pillar in. I don't know what it is. So I've built a structure near spawn, which is a Elk petrol station, or ELF. It's modelled off the ELF logo, loosely. Not the text, but the logo. ELF being a brand of petrol station that you get in the UK and around Europe, I think. I'm not sure whether it's an American one, but there you go. And what I have been doing is I have started collecting elk paraphernalia. So saddle blankets. I haven't got the things. I want to actually start making a lot of leather and maybe sell some saddles and bits like that. And obviously we can, with this, the traders we have. He's not going to be any good because he's a furniture trader. He doesn't sell what we need. we can pick up quite a lot. So the medallions tend to be in the 25 gear range, 25-30 gears. I think they're slightly cheaper, but you know, I'm kind of buying them so other people don't have to. So you know, you make a markup, don't you? And the blankets are quite cheap. They're probably, we could probably do those like 3 or 5, 4 or 5 gears a pop and make a profit. So what I want to do is I would like to then, let's go back in and continue with economy, and I need to decide what I want to do for the actual. So we're not selling, those would do, we could do the shop mat double. That would be quite interesting. And wow, there's so many. Tool rack, no. Teller machine, no. There's a lot of stuff in economy. Shop shelf, so we could definitely use shop shelves. Shopped sculpture stall, I know, allows you to sell a number of items from player. In order to function, it must be linked to a register. Any goods sold by this stall will have its registered things, but what do you actually... I don't know. I'm curious as to what that is. We've got the shop register, and we should have the the shop crate. So shop crate is simply, it's a chest and things, and that will a number of items. So we can get 3 of those, maybe 3. Yeah, let's go. Let me grab that. So I would like 1, 2, 3. I'm going to assume I need 3 of those, and I'm going to do 3 shelves. That sounds like a plan, Stan. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3. Shop shelves, let's have a look at those. Is like that, okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Get that. That's a start. And then shop mat, isn't it? So they do single and double, and I'm inclined to just do a plain white. That's just a bit of linen. So that should be, well, we've got linen, that's not a problem. Normal stitches, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it would be like that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That and that. Yeah, that looks about right. Didn't want a chopping board, but it doesn't matter, we've got one now. Boop and boop. And then we just need to come up with some material for the actual stuff. And that chopping board wants to... Do they not stack? Oh, they do stack, excellent. Right, let me get rid of that. Get rid of that. So we've got all of the shop bits. We need all of our elk elk bits. Leather. Let me just have a double check on that. They're not vastly expensive, and you just take a few nails. So I could potentially sell. Let me try to see how much leather I actually have personally. I don't think I have a lot, 47, but I've got a fair bit of soaked hides which we could get going. I just need to do the tanning, so maybe I need to sort out a tannery in this base somewhere. Haven't kind of got there yet. And the tannery is kind of something that I don't think fits in the modern build, so maybe we do a tannery down here somewhere. Anyway, let's just go down to the shop for starters, and I can always put a few temporary blocks and just check whether it's gravity affected or not. So this is the Elk gas station. That's the teleporter out to the trader, and this is the shop space where I think we would we'll work on. Well, I can just work on this for now, can't I? And we can put down a till, which is inventory Sydney configuration. We can do that. Waypoint is visible to players, so I can. Oh, that's interesting. I can do all sorts of good stuff. I like that. We'll come back to that in a bit. This is all definitely upped its ante. And what I was thinking is maybe if I grab a little bit of oak from somewhere down here, we'll have these will be kind of out front like the I don't know whether they have them in it all over the world, but certainly in the UK you'll get like charcoal and newspaper stands out front of the gas station, and then inside you'll have your fridges and shop unit shelves. So maybe I should have done 4 of those. But again, we can pop. That is a solid face. Oh no, it's there's a glass block there. That's why. Okay. So we could do that, for example. I don't need to have all of those. And then we link you to my shop. We link you to my shop, and similarly we link you to my shop, and do all of these things. So what we need to do is basically get this looking like a gas station with some stuff on it, maybe like that. Again, we don't need to actually put all of this in the inventory, but you know, we can work on that. And yeah, that kind of works. So yeah, let me go and find myself a little bit of timber, some more oak, and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, so I want to make something that blends in with this underneath, so we're actually going with oak, and what I'm actually trying to do here, and it's not going to be difficultly perfect because this has got 1 pixel voxel symmetry, and we can't do 1 pixel voxel symmetry in normal chiseling within Vintage Story, so we are going to have to do this, and then you're going to have a line at the bottom. And pro tip, if you've not figured this one out, if something has bilateral symmetry, and if the term bilateral symmetry is not familiar with you, if it is a mirrored image, so that side is a mirror image of that side, don't chisel both sides, just chisel one, and we can copy it with the pantograph and the flip function. If something has quadrilateral symmetry, so if these were all around, then we could just chisel the quarter. So in fact, let's do that, because we can get away with that, and then do a modification. So quadrilateral symmetry would basically put us 1, 2, 3 there. Then we go 1, 2, 3, and then have a gap. Now that's only half height, so we can go 1, 2, 3, and we can have a gap. And we can make that the top. But we'd also have, let's just go and strip out that layer. We can go back down to U. So you get to here. This will come all the way across, and this needs to strip out completely, and again using the hand planer, as long as you make sure it's not in contact with its surrounding blocks, you can quickly take that away. And then all we need to do is go one, and that's, oops, no, like that. Like that. So and then there's what's that, 2v2, so we just come in here and go 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way up, so that's the up. So that should be that, and then we can take the U, we can copy, we can mirror, and we can add shape. And then, because I don't need that to be there, we can then go back to this. I'm going to take I think I'll take both of those out just so it's like an open fronted crate. And we'll copy that, we'll mirror it, and we'll paste shape. Then we'll copy that, and we'll just paste shape only and paste shape only, and that becomes the front bits of the thing. And they blend in really nicely. So yeah, there's a lot of trickery you can do with chisel, and you don't have to do it. So I think in here I'm going to do, well, first things first, configuration, Elk petroleum. Shopping for all your ELK needs. And that will save, and then we'll go to waypoint. We're going to make it visible to players. It is going to be, I think we'll go with that in lilac, and that sets Elk petroleum. And then we come around here and we set you should all be set to Elk petroleum. You are. And then we just need to work on the rest of these, which we'll get going. But right now, I'm going to come in here and I am going to go slot 1, those. Price is in gears. And cost is 5. Decoration block doesn't matter because we're going with that. So that should show you the saddle blanket. So then we can come in here, we can go into slot 2 or go into slot 3 actually. And it's going to be cost is in gears. We're going to pop that in, and you are 5. And we've got enough space in here for several, but let's just carry on with slot 2. I've only got, yeah, I've got enough to go in there. You are that, your cost is in gears, and you are 5. And slot 4 can be those. Your prices in gears, and again your 5 gears. And then come on to this one and we'll just do the last one there. We'll put it actually in this one here in slot 1. Cost is in gears, product is that, and it's again 5 gears. So that quite clearly shows what we're selling. You can come out and have a look, and as a customer you'd get a slightly different view of that. Right, next things next, fridge, which is not going to make sense for the lot of do I do fridge or shelving? I'm inclined to do shelving actually, so we can make 2, 3 and 4 of those. We shall lock them in an upright position and we'll quickly chisel them. And what we'll do is we'll take you and you and combine that with those. And then we can set this to that. Oh, bum. I don't think I can undo that. I think I'm going to need to go and grab a block of glass, because I don't think I've brought one on me. Damn it. Right, I'll go and sort that. Be back in a second. Alright, this is simple. Just chiseled that in. I could probably go a little thinner. But I don't think it really makes much difference. And I think that gives me a nice shelving unit. I mean, I suppose I should put like cigarette counter or something at the back here, but I'm not going to go into that detail. This is not going to be a big money making shop. This is just a shop where people who want an elk and are maybe missing an elk medallion or missing a saddle blanket or even a saddle can come and purchase, assuming there's some stock. So we'll come into this Elk Petroleum. We shall stick the saddle in there. The price is in. Now, what do I charge for a saddle? Now, saddles, I mean, I don't know. Cost, I think it should be at least 10 gears. No, let's do it at 20. It's not a lot. And there you go. We've got a saddle on sale now. We can get bridles on there. We can do all of that. The last thing we need to do is the counter here, and obviously I've made that out of dirt. So let us go and give this a little bit more colour for starters. Should we go with burnt sandstone for an under? Like so, and then we'll add, I say colour because it's not going to be, we'll add that to it and we'll knock out that edge. Just to give it a little three-dimensionality, and then we'll paint that bit. Probably would have been quicker to do the entire thing grey and then paint the edge, but that would involve foresight which I didn't have. But again, this is not meant to be serious. Now, there is something else I want to build down here, and so on the good news front, Bricklayers has just released the full version 3.0.0, which is 120.7 compatible, fully released Bricklayers mod. So, about 4 days from now, as the time of recording it, I'm going to be doing this at the weekend. I am going to be upgrading our Bricklayers mod to, you know, to the latest version, basically. And the simple idea is we'll get that updated. Now, I want to build over, I'm not sure where actually. I did think here, but I'm not sure whether this is big enough. I could go down at the end there, or I could come over here into this area back here. But I'm thinking what I want to build is a museum, and I want to use some brick blocks. So I want to make sure that whatever bricks I use, and possibly some of the new bricks, which are nice, you know, they use the beehive kiln that I think Solston made actually. Yeah, Solston made it. Right, do that. So using the beehive kiln will give me, you know, a lot of a chance to use it, and you know, I've already been requested to kind of make a tutorial on how to use it, and the answer is I'm happy to do tutorials on how to do anything, as long as I know how to use them. And the problem is the beehive kiln, I actually have no idea on how it works. It's as new a mechanic to me as it is to everybody else. In fact, it's probably newer to me because other people have probably had a chance to play with it. So yeah, it's something that I want to do, but I want to be absolutely certain that the Bricklayers mod won't break any of the bricks that I create. Yeah, for obvious reasons, really. Can I paint you like that now? I can. That will get at least that done. Oh, I'll need to break those out. That's fine. I can do that, and we'll. Oh, yeah. I forgot that it does that. That's handy to remember. Remember, it does that for future. Don't let me forget that you can flip textures. And then we'll just chop that out. We'll come in here. We're going to set you to Elk Petroleum, and we are going to do slot. That's fine. Actually, we'll come to this one now, and we'll set you to Elk Petroleum in slot 1. We're going to do these. And they are 30 gears each. That's because I'm paying about 25, so that's a reasonable markup. And then we can do you, boop, and you are 30 gears. And then we can do that one, and we can do you, and you are 30 gears. Oops, let me just get that out. So yeah, we've got the elk medallions, we've got the saddles, we'll get some bridles and stuff going in there, we've got saddlebags. I am happy with that. I think I will post on the forum, on the Discord forum, to the other gears that the Elk Petroleum is now stocking goods, and yeah, we will take it from there. Oh, what am I doing now? There you go. So that's that. I think the next thing is start thinking maybe about museums. Or do I think about bathrooms? Could think about bathrooms. I was thinking about bathrooms. Everybody likes a bathroom, don't they? You know, with a nice bit of toilet, maybe sink, some sinkage. That could be a plan. Yeah, and maybe even the top level. So, yeah. Well, I'm going to go and just sort a few things out, and I will see you in a moment. All right, back home now. I have done a little bit of work in the bathroom between episodes, at least the upstairs bathroom, because, well, I can. And it was quite tedious work, so still need to decorate up here. This is going to be an area of priority, I think. So I want to get a kind of a thing going with objects, curios and stuff up here, things we've found from our adventures in display cabinets. I also do need to think about like a dressing table there of some description, but in the bathroom, and we have got things. Now these lights are clearly not working, so let me adjust those. This is a side effect, I think, of sometimes with QP's mod, QP's chisel, the light, you do have to update them. Once you've updated them, it tends to stay. So while we're at it, we should probably go in here and just do these. While we're doing the place, make sure that stays lit. And then we should probably check in here, because that to me does not feel like it's working. Still doesn't feel like it's working. You know, it is what it is. So in here we've got a shower, and I've done a little churchy floor. We've got a chert floor in here. We've got a little thing going down here in the shower heads and soffits. Need to get a soap holder or whatever in there, just basic stuff like that. I'm going to, I think we'll do, do I want it that close, or I think we'll do you there. So we're going to do the toilet, and I've been and borrowed QP's lav again, because, you know, why reinvent the toilet? We'll give you a rotate round. I like my toilet to be quite clean, so let's get rid of that bit of poop. And I would also like to have an actual solid seat rather than the typical that split seat. That's not something I would associate with a home toilet, the split seat. That's kind of a public toilet kind of seat. So we got that, and we can probably get a little bit of you going on this wall here. Do I want you there or there? There or there? There, I think, actually. I need a palette. Palette. And we'll do you in a lovely pristine white. And then and obviously you know what this is going to be. Do I need to go a little bit smaller? I think I do. And we'll make it a bit more spherical in a minute. What I also want is some bit of dark grey, perhaps, and we'll big blocks. We can take you out if I can't get to you. That's the nice thing with chisel, you can move it and then put it back again. so we can get the big block on this side, and then we can start. I actually think we need to slim this down a little bit. I think that's a very much more like a kitchen roll than a toilet roll. I mean, it's a good problem to have, don't get me wrong. Nice extra wide 3-ply. Preferably, you know, that nice cushion stuff. Right, can I... No, I'm going to have to do you the hard way like this, am I? Okay, that's fine. We'll keep this really simple. Now I could do a little bit hanging down like it's a roll, but I honestly think that would be overkill. I think that, you know what that is without looking at it. It doesn't need any more embellishment. I think we do want to get, let me just try and work out there, this one here, with a light and maybe a dark, and then we can go into paint mode, we can grab you and we can I actually take those out? And then, no. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. And then we'll do paint mode on that. So there's your flush. And then what I was thinking is on this side, let me just pop this in kind of like that, and then we'll take out the bottom edge. Then we'll come in a little bit more. Like that. A little bit of this going on, and then we can come in even more granular. Like that, and a little bit of this going on. I might even go like this. Just get a good old vanity. Maybe like that to start off with. Do I want to go even one more? I probably should, because then we can really get detailed. So this is basically going to be a sink hewn out of chert rock. It's going to be a bit uneven. Obviously not this height, but this is so I can work at under the underside, and then we'll drop it all down one and work on the top. Oh, lovely, lovely. And then we can actually put the bedroom area, well, to bed. Which I think is, you know, that's a good point to be in. We've just got the small bathroom downstairs, well, small or largish bathroom downstairs. I'm going to leave that bit thick at the top there. And what we'll do is we'll bring you down. to that level. We can take a little nodule out here and there. Those elk sounds are awful. Right, so then we'll and again planer. But then what I'd like to do is at this end one, two, three. Did I go one? Yes, I did. That was not right. Now I'll undo. What did I miss? Something went wrong there. Yeah, that's what should have happened. And then we're going 1, 2, 3. And it's basically shallower at that end than it is at this end. Lake. This. No, not like that at home. No, that was right. I think that was what happened. We were connected. And then we can just put a little in there. We can grab our palette, get a little bit of silver and paint a plug hole in. So that gives you kind of a sink unit, and we can decorate this with, I don't know, cups or whatever, that sort of thing. Now, one of the things I was trying to work out how to do is how to do a mirror, and that I think is going to be really difficult. What I have worked out how to do is, well, let's have a go, shall we? Probably about there. And then we do something like this. Might be easier to do if I pull it away from the wall, to be honest. Yeah, I think it will be. And while it's still dirt, we can do that easily enough. Boop, 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 boop. And then we'll come across like you. I think I can probably get away with a bit of that going on. Take a number of slices out. What did I do? 1, 2, 3. So I need to do one more layer. No. And then everything. Two. This will make sense eventually, I hope, if you haven't worked it out already. Oh no, that's right. I got carried away there, didn't I? Yeah. Let's give that, I don't know, a light grey. And also we'll give it a, I think we'll go with this turquoise. And we'll also give it some red. And then we'll take that and we'll also copy it there. There, there and there. Oh, I think by painting it I changed its property from dirt to whatever it actually became. Have I got a pantygraph? There. But then what we're going to do with you is we're going to flip you. We'll fix that. And we shall... Hup. I know I can fly, by the way. I just... I'm trying not to use it too much, I think. So we'll curve that over at the top. And then what I want to do is pick up you. Oh, I can't while that hammer's in my hand. Get you out of the way. Just this is a bit constraining to work in this spot. So let's bring this over. No, I need a bit more space still. It's almost like I need a chiseling studio, isn't it? I feel like I had one at one point and I've obviously no longer got it. But I think that might have been the last season when I did my chiseling studio. So then what we're going to do is we are going to change ourselves over to turquoise, and we are hammering the offhand. Of course it does. And then we'll bring this down like that. And over here I'm going to do a red one, basically, which I've gone and done in the wrong place. And obviously these, well, hopefully obviously, if it's not obvious then I'm doing something wrong. These are towels. This is a heated towel rail. So let me just get this finished and I shall come right back. Alright, we're just about to finish up on this bathroom. Obviously I have got a few more bits and pieces of paraphernalia to put into the Elks shop as well, because, you know, traders keep coming and going. I wonder whether we could get away with that as soap. No, that doesn't work, does it? I'm fairly certain we could get away with that as a toothbrush holder. Well, it's a bit big for a toothbrush holder, but, you know. Obviously, any toilet needs some reading material. I did think about just one, but, you know, one's never enough. And I don't think I can put a planter there, but I can get a planter in that point there. That's a mirror. You have to imagine it's a mirror. That's a nice little picture up on the wall, and maybe one there just to decorate it up. So the only thing I think I need is a shrub, which I need to go. I meant to pick up and I didn't. Oh, and I've got a shower mat as well in my inventory here, which we shall pop one of those down. We'll get rid of you. I wondered whether that might work. What is something we could put on there? That might work as a better on the maybe. Let's get rid of that one. I mean, that's not what it's for, but it looks like it could be like a soap dish or something. What did I want? Shrub, a tree, or sap. A sapling. Let's go with, we'll go with some bamboo for a change, and we'll pop one of those in. Right. And I think that should about do us for this episode. And for me, this is, it's kind of as I've been saying, my build style and philosophy is much more about highly detailed things, rather yeah, I like that better. We've put a little sink taps in. I've actually made them hot and cold as well, so that's all good. And we can place ourselves a little mat coming out of the shower there. We've got a bathroom. Got a bedroom. I still need to do a dressing table. We'll get round to that, but it's probably something I'll just do off camera, because I'm almost certainly just going to copy that the table downstairs. And yeah, so on that note, I think we're going. Yeah, this table here, we'll probably just duplicate this over and up. I don't think it's particularly difficult. So I'm also going to be duplicating that up there, so I think it's going to get a lot of use, this model. And That will then leave the upstairs area there, the lavatory back here, something in the garden area outside here, and some sun lounges and stuff on the pool area just to finish that off. And I think that will largely, and the gym downstairs and that the multi-purpose room. But there's still lots to do, you know, there always is. I'm never done, never finished. But on that note, I'm going to call this one an episode. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.